Ladies and gentlemen, continuing on our theme of Tier 3 German tanks, premiums especially, we have the Grosstractor Krupp, the one and only Tier 3 heavy tank in the game. Unless I'm forgetting a tank, which I don't think I am. It is currently on sale for 20 bucks. That seems like a lot, but it is bundled with 5,000 gold, 3 days of premium time, and standard garage slot. Yeah. So overall, the value of this thing, 3 days of premium time is how much? I can't remember off the top of my head. 650. 5,000 gold. Okay, so that's 5650 gold. And what am I? And let's see, a garage slot is 250 gold. So you're talking about 5,900 gold before you include the tank. Tank is probably worth 600 to 1,000 gold. So at the high end, you're getting 6,900 gold worth, and 6,900 gold is a bit over 20. It's pretty close to 25 bucks. However, I don't value this tank at that high, and yeah, this thing, it's not unique, to say the least. Well, it is because it's a heavy tank, which could be good for some people, but it's not unique, really. It's kind of, in fact, horrible. 500 health is actually really good, which is good because 14 millimeters of hull armor at the thickest on this tank. Yeah. It weighs 16 tons, has 257 horsepower engine, so not too bad. 44 km/h top speed. It probably won't reach that realistically very often. Traverse speed is better than Panzer IIJ, which was what my last video was on. Standard shell damage. It does have a 75mm gun. KWK 37L24. I think that's probably on a couple other tanks, but it has a 4.87 round per minute rate of fire, which is abysmal. That's Soviet 122 at tier 7 and 8 levels of rounds per minute. 43 millimeters of penetration with AP, and that's not horrible. 87 with heat and 38 with high explosive. You're probably, with that minuscule difference between high explosive and AP pen, high explosive is definitely kind of the way to go. 160 alpha is standard, 200 with HE, that's kind of standard. Dispersion is horrendous, 0.473. Aim time is 5.3 seconds. So this gun is already trash if you compare it to higher tier 75s. But at tier 3, you don't have that many 75s. It would be the Martyr 2 has one, which is... yeah, just a little better. Yeah. This is the exact same gun as the Grosstractor on the Panzer IV-A, and Americans don't have it, do they? They do have a 75 derp on this thing, don't they? Yeah. And I think a 75 derp on this thing. There are a lot of 75s on at this tier. And then you've got these 3.7 inch, which is a 75, I think. Yeah, it's just, yeah, having a 75 isn't unique. But anyways, we've been carrying on for too long. Let's get into some gameplay. And right away, we are bottom tier, very much bottom tier. There are only 2 tier 3s on either side, and I have to be bottom tier in this tank. Hey, at least it's better than being bottom tier in a Panzer IIJ, where you can't pen anything. Actually, if I'm a Panzer IIJ, I could probably pen the SU-85B. And the M3, maybe, possibly from the side. Panzer III from the side. Panzer IIIA, I can pen T-46 Clipman. Valentine's, however, are going to give me so much trouble. You can see another downside of this tank. Look how massive it is. Just look at the size of it. This tank was designed to cross trenches. I don't think any of these were reduced because it was kind of obsolete by the time it got designed. You've got the 4 turrets, and then you got the hole-mounted gun. Well, it only has 2 turrets, I stand corrected. The other 2 are actually where the, I assume, driver and, I don't know, another crew member, probably radio operator, something like that, I don't know, sit. Really kind of redundant design. It's stupid. It has no armor. it can't even bounce the 50 cals in the game, the T7 car and the light VSC. Those things are essentially 50 cal guns. In fact, the T7 is a 50 cal. I don't know what the VSC is exactly, but it's in that range. And this thing has 14 millimeters of frontal hull armor. And it's, I mean, it is kind of got some sloping, but it's largely flat. And the turret is flat, and yeah. 12.3 second reload is horrific. And especially when you miss your shots like that, is he going to shoot me? He is going to shoot me. He doesn't have the 85, he's got the 75. Yeah. Like I said, this gun is... just like the Panzer IIJ, the gun is the worst part of this tank. Also, I tried to take a blind hit, and it didn't work. And so, yeah. If I wanted a 75mm gun at this tier, I would pick a Martyr or Panzer IV. Those tanks are infinitely better than this one, which is stupid. You'd expect a heavy tank to have armor, especially if it's the only one at this tier. Give it like 40mm of armor at the front, you know, maybe something like that. That would probably help. But 14. Tier, there's like, I don't believe there's a single tank in the game that can't pen this. Which is just the worst. It's really, it's the worst feeling ever. And the shell velocity is abysmal. This gameplay isn't going to be exciting. It may not even be, yeah. The way it's looking, I will be lucky if I even get any damage. Already fired 3 shots, all of them missed. Yeah. And that is a stock Valentine in front of me. Let's see, T46 Panzer III. At least this thing's AP pen isn't as bad as Panzer IIJ. Thanks. Then again, 43mm is not good. But it's not 23, which is the main thing. And aim. Probably should have used HE. Probably would have been better to use HE, but we gotta back off because that guy's autocannon can shred me, and I believe he does have the autocannon. Yeah, look at that. It would have penned with HE. Kind of a bad situation. And we took a hit from the Panzer III, who can really just poke up whenever he wants and shoot us. This tank, as I mentioned, it's really soft and squishy. Once again, I need to be using HE, but I would... that sort of angle, I don't know if I wanted to risk it, so I didn't. Also, heat is the premium round on this tank, and it does stuff like that. Yeah. Is there anything actually good about this tank? No, not that I could think of. Not at all. There we go, just aim, and you'll actually get a penetration. And HE round does no damage because reasons. And we had to put a heat round into him so we can actually pen. I don't need to stress how much this gun sucks, do I? And it's a 2v2. Come on, Panzer III. Run away. I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm showing my side or not, because because you'll pan it all the same. Where'd the T-46 run off to? We have 1 minute and 10 seconds, and he's not in spawn. And we gotta find this guy because it's way too late to cap. Yep. Also, my ping is still kind of... Oh, no. I missed. DW got him. Yikes. Glad that guy wasn't smart enough to pull forwards and shoot me. That was intense. That was a 6-minute game. And I did 600 damage. Yay. Yeah. This tank. As you can see, I actually have all the tier 7 heavy tank skills, so I don't have to worry about that. And once again, we're bottom tier. I think this sucks. I don't know why I'm getting bottom tier all the time in it. The game thinks it's a good tank. I don't know. You saw that after the first 4 shots, I actually started doing damage last game. Once again, think of an unexperienced player getting this tank and thinking, oh, it's a heavy tank, it'll be great for the front lines. And then they just keep getting wrecked because it has no armor, and then they can't do damage because the gun is horrible. And new players do take a lot of snapshots, because they're often turning their turret funky and turning their tank and turret weirdly, because they haven't quite figured out the control system. I mean, I have experience with not knowing controls. Lots of games. Every game's different. It's kind of frustrating. But yeah. And you can see how much of an amazing tank this is. I'm actually bouncing a couple of those autocannon rounds. I think that's like a 20mm autocannon. So I'm so proud that I bounced a 20mm autocannon. And of course he had to... Yay! 2 shots. 0 damage. But this is just the beginning, you say. We hit that shot. Once again, shell velocity on this gun is horrific, no matter what shell type you're using. I kind of expect it with HE and heat, but AP has such a garbage of velocity, it's crazy. Yeah, campers, no one. Oh, stop your complaining. Stop your complaining. I'm not going to be aggressive, not in this tank. Not in this matchup. Probably not in any matchup with this tank, in fact. It's just not a tank to be aggressive in. And I out-traded him, but... Stupid autocannon. Yeah, don't use heat. Picked up a kill on Panzer IV-A, one of the tier 3s on the enemy team. Can we start doing damage to some other tier 4s, please? I used HE, and I gave too much lead, I think, yeah. There we go, picked up a kill on their tier 4. Yep, that guy. And I believe the martyr to be probably camping up here. But we'll see if we can get shots on this guy. I don't imagine so unless he really backs off. Like so, actually. And we miss, and there's the martyr, so how about we just chill. We are not able... 1 health. Hooray. I don't want to be aggressive right now. There we go. He's gonna wait there and get shredded by the martyr. And the martyr missed. Of course. No, the Matilda missed. Just when I need him to actually take... Yeah. So, a bit of a noob move at the end. I suppose I should have just sat in cover, but he should have died. These are not great games, by the way. I'm just playing through the tank. Just trying to get a hang of it, and... yeah. 7 games. 768 isn't too bad. But it's just not a... Yeah, it's just... These two tanks are at such opposite ends of the spectrum. It's crazy. The light tank has like 4 to 5 times the armor that the heavy tank has. Probably more. The heavy tank has a crazy alpha gun for this tier on a heavy tank or a medium tank. The light tank is a really garbage gun. The heavy tank is a really garbage gun. So, yeah, they kind of match up there. They're both German. That's another thing they have in common. And they're both rather slow. Especially this one. But, yeah, do I think this tank is worth 20 bucks? Regardless of the bundled gold. I do not believe that this tank is worth any amount of money. If they were giving this tank out for free, I would probably not want it. It would probably just sit in my garage, just like the VIC, the T7, and the BT7A. This tank is so utterly garbage that I'm surprised that it's even in this game in this form. The only reason to have it is if you're a tank collector. That's the only reason to have it. Yeah, I cannot stress how much this tank is bad. How bad this tank actually is. The worst tier 3 tank I can think of right now. It's worse than the Valentine AT. Do you want to know why? Because a new player who sees this thing as a heavy tank and says, oh, heavy tank is supposed to be in the front lines. I'm going to take my Gr.Tr, Krupp, probably going to call it the Gr.Tr. That's what it is, the Gr.Tr. And I'm going to take it up to the front lines, and I'm going to take a lot of hits from my team, and I'm going to just do amazing things. And then they find out that this tank cannot take a hit. There is no tank in the game that cannot pen this from the front. It's just ridiculous and it infuriates me. They are overcharging for a tank I would not even take if it was offered for free. Realistically, though, I would take it because just add to my collection. But, yeah. Do not buy this tank. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of my money, obviously. But, you know, the 5,000 gold is kind of nice. But, unless you really just want to tank in your garage, just buy the $20 gold thing, which is 6,075 gold. An extra 1,075 gold. Yeah. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. This is my review on the Grosstractor Krupp. A tank that will probably sit in my garage for the next, well, forever. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video and would like to show that you did, please don't forget to hit that like button. Punch it in the face, I don't care. It doesn't even have a face, but you find a face on it, you punch it. Subscribe if you're new, and comment down below how much I was wrong about this tank, and that is the most amazing tank, and it's your favorite tank, and whatever. I don't care. Conversations are fun, and even if they happen in text form and you can't always get the tone of what you're typing, you know, sarcasm doesn't transfer through text easily, whatever, just whatever. So, with all being said and done, I'm done. Yeah, I gotta say see y'all. Garbage tank. Yay.